Right. Your dad and I got on all right, comparatively speaking, I suppose. After we put the Titans in their place, though, he went down into your underworld and I drifted away like a spark from a flame.
Beautiful.
I created life, I have my doubts. Would it invite more problems than it solved? I would be curious to see. Thus my experiment continues to unfold. Its outcome, uncertain.
Almighty chaos, with your experiment so vast in scope, what can one individual achieve? The quandary you mentioned when first we met. What would you have me do?
Spawn of Hades, I ought to clarify I do not care for idle talk. Ask me no questions. Respond only when prompted, or when necessary in the absolute. But above all, do as you will.
Greater might. Silk cocoons. Arachne? Could make a run for it.
Heskia to crawl out of the woodwork. She normally wants nothing to do with any of us, though this business with Chronos got her all worked up. Well, good.
Silk and load it. Spinning, spinning goes the thread. Warp and waft, warp and waft. Cut it up and fold it. And again. Oh!
Death to Chronos.
Be well, won't you? My silk is everything to me. It's stronger than it looks. Keeps me safe. It can suffocate even the strongest prey. Don't you like it? Is there a certain pattern, color combination you admire?
It's lovely, Arachne. Look, I wish I could stay and admire it, but...
But you can't. I understand, I truly do. Though it would mean a lot to me if you would take some of my silk with you on your way.
Look upon me. Be free.
You did it.
Good evening.
May your light never wane.
It never shall.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
I held to faith your task would not require you above, only below. But Hermes indicates the threat here on the surface now looms larger than we thought. Rise to us then, whenever time permits. The choice is yours. Total eclipse. You have my light.
At last. Your aura is different, stronger. You have been studying the arcana, meditating at your altar to prepare for your attempts.
Each card reveals to me a different strength. If I steady myself and concentrate, then it's as though I become one with whomever they depict. If only I could focus on them all.
To focus by its nature is to choose. Come, demonstrate to me this newfound understanding of yours. Cross flames! All right, stand down. Your growing skill with Lim and Oros makes you something to be feared. Good.
Thank you, Headmistress. You.
Granddaughter. I am time itself. What are you? A thrall of those calling themselves gods, mindlessly serving at their whim. My children are crafty. To them, you are nothing but a common tool. And not an especially sharp one, it appears to me.
So serene.
From nothingness sprang all creation, light and darkness, and the world itself. Yet all that nothingness remains, carefully tucked away where none can find it, save for those invited in.
Let's keep our voices down.
Oh, gorgeous, I can barely see you anymore. And what a shame that is for me. Although, where are you anyway? Caught somewhere underneath the sea itself? Your father's realm is very vast indeed.
Providing covering fire.
There's her mark.
There's my mark.
Cooked fish.
Well done.
The hunter's mark again.
That's all of them.
You're in top form. May moonlight guide us.
Together we shine. You do know we have barrels of this stuff up on Olympus, right? Used to, at least. Damn near forgotten what it tastes like, come to think.
May the good memories come flooding back. Whenever you have the time for it, of course.
Got all the way down to the House of Hades, so I heard. Must be nice having fated authority over the lowest reaches of the Underworld. Unless you're Chronos.
He was most certainly annoyed. Wields a scythe that's twice my height, surrounds himself with feral satyr worshippers ready to die for him. I'm not surprised it once took both our fathers and more to bring him down.
No reason to compare yourself. They're high and mighty lords of the heavens and the Underworld, but they fought Chronos by necessity. You were trained to do precisely this. My mark is yours. All right, I'm off.
Which one?
Death to Chronos?
Nice try. Should go. Can't you see my brother and I are in the middle of something?
I bear the gift you generously gave to me. A keepsake to bring fortune on such nights. Things are looking up already. Well, it can't hurt.
It's fortunate the Underworld boatman's still plying his trade even during a downturn such as this. I trust his prices have gotten better at least. Or perhaps worse.
Oh, hey, as one of our fans, what would you say is the best thing about Scylla and the Sirens, Our latest hit song? Our impeccable style?
Your sense of style isn't really to my taste. That I can say for certain.
Oh, that's okay. Not everybody's got good taste. At least you're strong enough to admit it, though we're going to get you for that insult anyway. We are Skilla and the Sirens!
Peace and quiet. A pearl. Across the fields, beyond the bridge. Seek there a pathway down.
Amid the overgrowth near to the lowest reaches of the Underworld, lurk the innumerable souls who cling to shreds of love and hope that long since ceased to be.
It's rather bleak down here.
These last few nights since you got started, all I managed to confirm is Gramps got hold of someone whom he's sure gives him the upper hand. Right now, he's readying the next stage of his plan to bring this mountain down. I better go.
She's still here, poor thing. Poor thing, poor thing, poor thing. I wish I knew what you were doing in a place like this. Though, you can't just tell me, can you? Your heart must have been broken. Must have been broken. Heartbroken. Heartbroken. This shall help. 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 Indeed, Lord Charon. May we soon restore the old customs between our families and bring about a new eon of prosperity. What is it you think you're guarding? You shades, leave him alone.
The dreaded Hound of Hell assumes again a shape so sinister as scarce can be described.
Return now to your master and abode.
Legions loyal to the Titan of Time yet guard the Underworld's major passageways, but remain unaware of certain secret methods of descending deep into the realm.
Secrets of the unseen.
Cerberus, look who it is.
The resting Hound of Hell makes plain he wishes not to be disturbed.
May moonlight guide you.
As you say. What has that blasted Titan done to Cerberus? That he should storm into this place with such abandon only to be ushered out again. Takes a small army of satyrs to drive him back.
Chronos casts him out into the morning fields above. Then rage and despair congeal about him, and his better senses take leave. My own path leads me through where he resides.
So you must face him in that sorry state. Thank you, daughter, for taking pity on the moody beast. He has seen better, but been through worse. You were too young to form a bond before, but perhaps it is not too late. Granted.
You honor me. The vermin answer. Cobble full blast.
A long-forgotten hidden refuge within Tartarus provides the Princess of the Dead some small reprieve, much as it did for her own brother in a bygone time.
These waters still run clear enough somehow. Into the purse. Olympus, I accept this message. That's good. Let me help you. Good.
You yet persist. You are too young to know what it was like before the gods reshaped the world to be like this. Mortals did not have to die in agony and waste away within this pit. A simpler age, and all the better for it.
All the better because you controlled every detail, is that it? You couldn't stand that others had a different outlook than your own. You went to war with your own children. After eating them whole, so they say.
They say a lot of things. They went to war with me. My offspring and my other charges did not always take to discipline. I had too many to look after to take cheek from anyone. And you, my girl, are not entitled to anything more. This audience has lasted long enough. You do not get to barge into this house and waste my time. I am time. And I can make your every moment hell. 3, 2, 1.
I think not.
You only make things worse.
No!
Again, you have risked everything only to fail ignobly.
I could have had him. Where does Chronos find those blasted satyrs anyway? This old unfinished painting. Don't look away. Don't forget all that the Titan took from you. Moonlight, guide us and all.
Come on, Mel. Oh, what gives there, Mel? You look like you've seen a... I don't know, but whatever it was, it got under your skin. Oh, skin seems nice.
I'm all right. Just a little shaken. First nightmare since all this started.
About time, you were past due. Oh, how scary would you say it was compared to,
The terrifying visage that you see before you now?
Not even close. Salutations.
Fates protect you.
How well would you say you know your grandparent, Lord Moros? I'd not expected to meet primordial chaos of all beings, but they summoned me to their domain, and I don't quite know what they want from me.
Chaos summoned you. That is unusual, though not entirely without precedent. And in this case, I can't imagine why. Chaos and Mother Nyx were rather close, after all.
So Chaos seeks their daughter. They did mention something about a quandary.
This isn't the first time they took an interest in your family, or took action that the fates themselves likely never preordained. I choose to think you've made a new ally.
I hope you're right. There's something new here. fresh from the pot. Our cauldron. The wards for my protection I dispel, for I am ready now for heaven as for hell. So mote it be. Katoskion Oski. So mote it be. Domnoski Traxon. It is done.
That's a good trick. New shipment over there.
Come along. Drink of the earth.
How's life of late down at the bottom of the sea? All sorts of nastiness lurking there, that the reports make clear. I wager you've seen some things.
You'd win that wager handily. The worst of them has to be the sea monstrous called Scylla and a siren friends. They have this ridiculous act.
What, Scylla's still around? The sirens, no less? It's a wonder you made it back. Well, please tell me you didn't listen to a word they sang.
Oh, I heard an earful. Moonlight guide us.
We'll find our way.
All clear. Can't believe you got to Chronos before me. Knew you stood no chance against him, but didn't think you'd get there at all anytime soon.
Is that supposed to be some sort of compliment? Or an apology, perhaps?
No.
Death to Chronos.
Sure.
Lord Charon always delivers. Perfect condition. Yes, Lord Charon. You'll have what gold I may find, as I require what supplies you may spare. Come, spirits of the dead. I have a task for you. So mote it be. This'll take a little while.
A small spring draws its heat from deep within the earth. Its water so pristine and pure that they can cleanse the body and the soul.
If I get in, I might never want to get out. Okay. Should be able to head to the surface now. This has grave thirst this eve.
What news?
Salutations.
Good evening, young one. Way to go with that tablet apiece, young one. Our ranks are beginning to swell with shades who may yet find great purpose in their immortal coil.
Their lives, such as they are, will only improve once my father is restored to his rightful throne.
Oh, there's no doubt of that. But first we fight.
To the surface. Hold on, everyone.
surface, young lady. How will you survive? Surely you know your line is bound beneath the earth. Your strength is better spent against our foes down there.
Enough of this. Oh, what?
As the ill-fated princess feels her life force fade with every breath of surface air, her sole recourse is to return from whence she came.
What? No! Return to Shadow now.
Just a moment. You traveled to the surface, knowing full well the fates decided long ago that those of your line could not survive there and would always be forced back to the Underworld.
Their curse was palpable. I never intended to stay for long, just long enough to lend my relatives support. But it seems your sisters insist that I do no such thing.
Well, I don't see them around right now, do you? Incidentally, there was once an incantation that I happened upon, which was not intended for my eyes. But I now choose to think that it was intended for yours. Farewell.
Unraveling a fateful bond. I couldn't breathe. The way you can breathe out of water, so too could I breathe the surface air. The Titan has your family in his thrall, or worse. What has he done with them? You there, Dora?
Good evening.
Thank you for visiting me last night, Lord Moros. So, hypothetically, if I were to complete a certain incantation that somehow loosened the grip the three fates have on my birthright, how angry would they be?
Please understand, Princess, that I am not at liberty to give advice on matters such as that, not even hypothetically. I trust I've been sufficiently direct in putting it this way?
In other words, we shouldn't be talking about this at all, and I assume all risk for my actions related to any potentially forbidden incantations that I've learned.
Yes, that covers it.
The fates would have me do their bidding.
Together we shine. You visited the surface. I can't imagine that played out particularly well. At least you made it back at all.
It was draining. Even at night, something about being under the stars, I didn't know there were so many. It was more than I could take. You were right.
A lesson learned and an experience gained. The fates themselves do not want you up there. What shall you do?
I have an incantation to complete. I don't need to stay forever on the surface. I just need to hold on long enough to make it to Olympus.
Ah, then you seek to improve this aspect of yourself without rejecting it outright. I see how that may work.
It has to. Cooking away for now. Where'd Nemesis go?
Up and about. The good witch always figured you would make your way up to the mortal realm. Once you were ready and the situation called for it. Well done.
She warded the pathway there, until such time as I had the means to pass through. The climate on the surface is another matter.
Your underworld birthright stuff getting in the way? A curse, not just a blessing, it would seem. Well, if your witchery got you this far, surely it can aid with this predicament.
That's the plan.
Not even the wiles and stratagems of that resourceful sacker of cities, Odysseus, may be sufficient to overcome the Titan of Time.
They say never to underestimate that man.
Come on.
Could ask someone to join me for a soak.
May we converse?
Lynn and Oros.
Patience, young one. You were most brave to venture to the surface, and most foolhardy as well, debatably. Is there no incantation that could help?
I think there is, Commander. Except, it calls for reagents that can only be found up there. But how am I supposed to gather them before the incantation is complete?
Mayhaps just make a run for it, I don't know. So what if you can't stay long? Just grab what you need and get out of there.
It's not ideal, but